And the woman and the woman takes a chair and throws it at him, and then the poor man who is trying to, this is why you guys don't be getting in the middle of a fight, okay? Do not be getting in the middle of the fight. Stand to the sides and then try to beg them to stop. Don't ever get in the middle. You get in the middle, you will suffer. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Dr. Zane, and on this channel I react to videos that interest me. So if that sounds like your thing, please make sure you subscribe right now and give this video a big thumbs up, because I already know you're going to enjoy it. So I know you guys have already seen this clip. It has done its rounds and we're already moving on. I'm not going to talk about this particular clip in this video so much as I'm going to talk about people's reactions to it and then compare it to some other occurrences of this sort. What I mean is, we're going to see some other parliaments around the world and see how they handle their disputes and then compare it with this. But first, let's watch it in case you haven't watched it or in case you need a refresher.
Democrats on this committee are employing Judge Merchan's daughter.
Please tell me what that has to do with Merrick Garland.
Is she a porn star?
Oh, Goldman. That's right. He's advising. Okay.
He's advising who? What? Do you know what we're here for? You know we're here about
just
AG.
I don't think you know what you're here for.
Well, you the one talking about.
I think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No, ain't nothing.
Hold on.
Listen.
Order, Mr. Chairman. That's beneath even the order of your committee. Order.
A, this woman was clearly determined to be condescending, because somebody was asking, why are you calling out this person, why you mentioned this person. Two people in fact were confused about why she was mentioning somebody, and she ignored them as if they did not exist or as if they had not just spoken, and then she had to take shots at somebody's physical appearance. Now if you do something and somebody who you're not even talking to says that's beneath you, that's beneath even you, it implies that, you know, that woman has a track record of trying it, of acting in a low fashion in order to poke at people. She obviously has a track record. If somebody can say that's beneath even you. All right.
I do have a point of order, and I would like to move to take down Ms. Green's words. That is absolutely unacceptable. How dare you?
Before we go, I just also want to mention that, okay, I just want to say shout out to those two people who checked her for attacking a person's physical appearance. There was a man and then there's a lady talking right now. So two different people who were not the ones being attacked checked the person who did the attack, which is just, it's refreshing, because if you're in a place and you get attacked and you're the only one who has to stand up for yourself, then that is not a place to be. That you're in the presence of people who do not have your best interest at heart. So I just want to say shout out.
At the physical appearance of another person.
Are your feelings hurt?
Her words down. Oh, girl, baby girl.
Oh, really?
Don't even play,
Baby girl?
We are gonna move, and we're gonna take your words down.
I second that motion.
So who will have to pay? Okay. Ms. Green agrees to strike her words.
I believe she
Chair
was apologizing.
recognizes
No.
Mr. Perry. Okay, hold on. Then after Mr. Perry's going to be recognized, then Ms. Green
I'm not
has 4 minutes and
apologizing.
21
Well,
seconds.
then
Okay,
you're
reserve
not
the right to
striking your
object.
words.
I am
Mr.
not
Perry.
apologizing.
Now let's go. Come on, guys.
Why don't you debate me?
Mr. Chairman, the
I think
minority.
it's pretty self-evident.
You're not.
Yeah, you're not.
out of order.
You don't have enough
You're out of order.
intelligence.
Chair recognizes Mr. Perry.
I would like order.
The lady's words again.
That's two requests to strike. That's two requests to strike.
Oh, they cannot take the words.
There's another motion to strike her words again. Please
All right.
get
Okay.
your members under
Here's the
control.
correct apology. Ms. Green, do you agree to unanimous consent to strike your words?
I repeat again for the second time. Yes, I'll strike
All right.
my words, but I'm not apologizing.
Without objection.
I just want to also point out here that there are some people who, even when it has been made clear to them and to everyone else that what they did was wrong, they will never, ever be able to bring themselves to apologize. There are just some people that way. You can call them whatever you want to call them, you can diagnose them as much as you want, but the point is some people will never apologize, even though they already knew. From the expression on this lady's face, the moment she said those words and the man was like, that's beneath you, there was an expression on her face that I read from being able to read some other people who behave that way to mean that she regretted something in her, regretted doing that, especially when she was checked. So, which means there's some part of her that knows that what she did was wrong, but somehow she just cannot. And then that must have been reinforced by people saying, she should take back her words, and it is also even evident from the fact that she said, okay, fine, she'll strike her words. Striking words almost like apologizing, but to open your mouth and say what I did was inappropriate, I apologize, is just a huge deal for some people. So just once you know that fact, you can achieve peace. Some people will never apologize.
Mr. Chair, point of order.
Who's
It's me.
Ms. Crockett?
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
What now?
That man could
Chairman,
not. He could not.
I make a motion to strike those words.
I don't think that's
Hold on.
part
I'm
of the.
trying to find clarification on
You
what
did not
Chairman,
complete
motion
it.
to
I have
strike
no
those
idea.
words.
It's very funny. What's super funny to me is this man's reaction is like, what now? Because he is not confused for him. But then there's a man beside him who is like, oh god, like this is I'm over this.
You just said.
We're not gonna do this. Look, you guys earlier literally just.
You just
voted to do.
Some people cannot take what they dish out.
Order.
I'm trying to get clarification.
Look at, calm down,
No, because this is what y'all do. So I'm trying to get
Ms. Crockett,
clarification.
you're not
No one,
recognized.
like,
Ms.
they-
I can't hear
Crockett.
you with your
They
yelling.
don't want
Calm
to be-
down.
No.
Can you please calm
Don't
down?
tell me.
That's the hallmark of some people who have a certain condition. They poke at you and they try to elicit an emotional response from you, but they poke at you in ways that they know will really pinch. And then when you respond, they make it seem as if you're being unnecessarily hysterical. When you try to stand up for yourself, they make it seem as if you're just acting crazy. You're out of order. So yeah.
To calm down, because y'all talk
Calm
noise,
down.
and then you
You're
can't
out of
take
control.
Because if I
Look,
come,
Chairman,
if I
can
come
we
and
send
talk about her,
See that woman? That's another expression that just drives me nuts. She's like, oh. she's just like the man sitting beside the Mr. Speaker or the chairman, whoever. Who's like he just cannot. But like I said, we're not focusing on this particular clip today. When I posted this clip on my shorts, people were giving all sorts of comments, and the usual, because I posted it there just to laugh. Okay, so lots of people came there and laughed. Those were the people who got the point of the clip. But then there were some people who were talking about how, first of all, when women engage in cat fight, first of all, this is not a cat fight. Okay, this is not a cat fight. One person was attacked, some people stood up for that person, and that person herself stood up for herself. And there is nothing wrong with standing up for yourself when you get attacked. If you get attacked physically, you'd be expected to stand up for yourself in whatever way you can. The same way, if you are attacked verbally, you should be able to stand up for yourself in any way you can, and it is not demeaning to women of all stations, women all over the world. No, it is not demeaning. It is not a cat fight, and it is not demeaning. Okay, there's nothing petty about it. There's nothing petty about standing up for yourself, and I want that to sink into our psyche, because many people think that if you stand up for yourself, then somehow you're not presenting yourself in a dignified manner. No, there is nothing wrong with standing up for yourself. And sometimes if somebody is a bully and they're trying to bully you, you should stand up for yourself. You should stand up for yourself so that they will not continue bullying you next time. If you do not stand up for yourself against a bully, the bully will continue. And the fact is, if people refuse to stand up for themselves against a bully, if people refuse to stand up against a bully, whether in school or in a place like this, wherever, then that bully will think it's okay because their behavior is being rewarded, and they will go on to bully other people. Okay, so from what I've heard, this person has a track record of bullying people, and nobody ever responds, which is why she continues doing it to other people. Okay, so please, people should stop saying that this is a cat fight and it demeans women of all. Besides, why would you even bring in womanhood into this? I know they are women, but they're not there representing women, except if you guys voted for them just because they are women. I would think people get voted in because they are capable, regardless of their gender or sex or whatever. and they're just there representing their communities. They are there because they are capable of actually carrying out certain changes that they need to carry out. They are there because they are capable of doing the work that is needed, not because they have, you know, XX chromosomes or whatever, right? So we're not supposed to bring in the female card at all because they're not there representing women in the world. Enough said. But the real point of this video is to show you what a real cat fight is, and to say shout out to these people because they handle their disagreements. Look, disagreements happen everywhere, especially at work, just like they happen at home, just like they happen in school, just like they happen in the train station, on the bus, wherever. Disagreements happen everywhere, but the way you guys handle your disagreements shows whether you are in the company of mature people, whether you have a set system that is, you know, that people actually adhere to and that is sufficient enough to deal with such disagreements to prevent them from escalating. So shout out to these people, this house, that that disagreement did not escalate to become physical. And now I'm going to show you some clips of some houses in certain parts of the world where, whether it's the system that isn't sufficient to handle disagreements to prevent them from escalating, or whether it's the people who are not restrained enough to follow the rules and actually respect the chairman or the speaker or whoever is in charge, or to respect the rules. I don't know. I do not know. Okay, but let's see the first one. This is Taiwan. Taiwanese parliament. All right, now let's watch. Can you see that? Can you see that? Look at that. Look at that. Can you see that? Can you see that? Mature individuals, mature lawmakers, representatives of the entire country in front of the world, who know that they are being recorded, who know they are in the eye of the public, who know that they are going to be watched by the entire world, and this is how they conduct themselves. So when you're talking about cat fights, please, going back and forth, that's not, this is an example. Now let me show you another. And this is Senegal. Okay, this is Senegal, and this is, just watch. Can you see that? First of all, look, okay, I've said it before and I'll say it again. In Africa, and I know it's all over the world, but I like picking on Africa because that's where I'm from, okay? We have a lot of misogynistic bastards who show their misogyny at home, and God help the women who are around them, but then they bring that into the public, they bring it to work. And many of them are politicians because, unfortunately, that's one of the characteristics of people in power, people who are drawn to power, narcissism, misogyny, etc., etc. And then they show it. I bet that man, whenever they are there in the house, I bet in his mind is always thinking, how dare these women think they can speak when women speak? They should be in the kitchen cooking, they should be cleaning, they should be raising children. If they are not raising children, they should be pregnant and barefooted. They should make themselves look pretty, but they should shut up when men speak. And they definitely should not have the right to sit down in a house where men are speaking about the laws of the country. I bet that's what he's always thinking, because why would a woman speak? A woman is supposed to be your equal because you're all seated in the house. You're all honorables. You're an honorable member. She's an honorable member. She said something, you disagree. Fine. You're supposed to disagree anyway. And since, you know, she made an argument, you're supposed to make your own argument. I heard it was something about somebody insulting somebody's religious leader, whatever. If you know you're intelligent enough to deal with her, if you know you're intelligently superior to her, or if you know you're superior to her in any way, then show that by giving her an intelligent argument to counter hers, to show her that her argument is not intelligent enough, and because of that she's beneath you. Show her that way. Don't go and make it physical, because you've just shown the world that you are not only unintelligent, but you are really a Neanderthal. You are really a Neanderthal. So, you know, he gets the gong. Shame on him. Shame on him. If you know you're in the public eye, you know you're in the public eye, you know you're being recorded for the entire world to see, you know that you are representing your community, whoever voted you in there, to make life better for them, and this is what you do. You go and you hit a woman who said something you disagree with. Shame on you. And again, I pity the women who are around him at home. So you guys can see this is much worse than what happened in the Taiwanese parliament, but let's see the rest. So he goes, slaps her. Can you see? Can you see? How appalling. How appalling. And the woman and the woman takes a chair and throws it at him, and then the poor man who is trying to, this is why you guys don't be getting in the middle of a fight, okay? Do not be getting in the middle of the fight. Stand to the sides and then try to beg them to stop. Don't ever get in the middle. You get in the middle, you will suffer. This man in white, or woman, I can't really tell, is the one who actually fell down with the woman he was trying to stop from retaliating against the man who slapped her. Can you see that? Let's watch it. And then she goes, watching this, takes a chair. Can you see that? Someone wanted to throw a chair, and then you got in front of her and tried to stop her, and you ended up falling down. Oh my god, stuff is crazy, guys. Stuff is crazy. Stuff is really crazy, guys. Stuff is really crazy. This is also Senegal. Let's see what's going on here.
Quarrel over debate and anger. On Monday, the 14th legislature of Senegal convened for the first time since the July election. The stakes were high. Both the agenda, the 165 members of parliament, were to elect their president. However, the assembly failed to reach an agreement on the electoral process, so much so that deputies of the opposition assembly failed to reach an agreement on the electoral process, so much so that...
Look at that man. Look at that man. Both of you were about to start an altercation, and the next thing is to take off your agbada. Agbada is the outer garment, like this traditional ceremonial garment like men in many West African countries wear. There's a particular outfit where you have an inner outfit, trousers, and then you have something that looks like a robe slash whatever you want to call it. It's called agbada, or it's called babariga. So he's taking off his agbada and you do that when you want to eat, when you're at home and you want to feel relaxed, or when you want to fight. Clearly he wants to fight. So this one is not even like this video, whatever, depending on how, I don't know if it escalated worse than that, because the person narrating said that the police had to be called in and it escalated into blows. So I'm pretty sure this man who took off his agbada really got into it with the man who just shoved him. Okay, so what we're saying here isn't as bad as the one we just saw, but from, you know, all indications is actually much worse. How can you take off your agbada in public? Like, you don't take it out in public. You don't take off that outfit in public. You never do. You never do, because that's part of your complete outfit. You never ever take it off in public. So you take it off in public because you want to fight. Because you want to fight. Look at this man. Look at this elder. Look at
president. However, the assembly failed to reach an agreement on the electoral process, so much so that deputies of the opposition and...
Oh my god, guys, when you're talking about the cat fight, please don't ever say women who are going back and forth, or women and men who are going back and forth, because we see this all over the world. Among that one was among two women, right? Well, there were also other people involved, like a man and then another woman, but really the person attacking and the person who was being attacked, both of them were women. All over the world we see physical altercations in parliaments between men and women, like the idiot who slapped that woman, between men, between everybody really. So it's not as if they're not, so don't come and say it's a petty cat fight and it's going to demean women all over the world. Please, this is the parliament. From what we're seeing, anything goes, okay? So they are not representing women at all. Guys, this is South Africa. And this man, Honorable Malema, right? I mean, first of all, his rhetoric, I mean, you cannot be angry with him. You just cannot, because I feel like if somebody has the guts to say what they feel, even though they know that what they are saying is unpopular, but they say it because it's a truth to them, I mean, you have to respect that. You genuinely have to respect that. I agree with some of the stuff he says. I don't necessarily agree with some of the solutions he prefers to some of the issues we have on the African continent. So it's kind of 50-50. But I do appreciate his stance, because he seems like somebody who thinks and who is aware of history and who just wants the best for Africa and Africans, right? So yeah, again, I'm not really sold on some of his solutions, because I have, you know, I'm like, I don't know if that's going to work. But anyway, that's not even the issue. The issue is we're going to see what's going to go on here. And it's really funny because the man has a he has a reputation for being provocative when he's in parliaments like this. So let's see what's going to happen here.
To speak here up until there is a process to rehabilitate him. There must be a rehabilitation process.
How can you ask for rehabilitation of a human being? And I'm pretty sure he's talking about the president of the country. How can you rehabilitate a human being? I mean,
Zuma is the one who must go.
Zuma, so it's Jacob Zuma, the president of the country. He's the one who must go, wherever.
Yes, Honorable Johnson. Honorable Matsuku. Honorable Mshongo. Honorable Koza.
This is not crazy. And I know that man who was just speaking is part of this group. I think he founded the group in red. Why would you stand up in a parliament and start chanting and singing? Like, if you're not really determined to create problems, and the speaker or the chairman woman is, you know, calling their names, but they're not responding. So,
and Honorable Mulauzi.
Can you see that? Can you see that? Can you see that? Throwing things. Can you see that? Can you see that? Throwing things at each other, throwing things at one another. Adults in a parliament, lawmakers, elders, honorable members. Can you see that? Shoving one another. Can you see? Can you see that? Can you see that? Can you see that? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! This is just. It reminds me of a school, like the kind of thing that happens in school when children are fighting with one another and it's a whole group fight and everybody just jumps on top of everybody because there's no like order. This is it. And these are adults. These are lawmakers. These are people who have been voted in by their community, by the citizens in the community, thinking, hoping that they are going to actually come here and profess solutions and create, you know, laws and create change in their community. And this is what they do. This is Rivers House of Assembly. This is our beloved Nigeria. Now let's see what will happen here. Is that a bat? Okay. That's the maze. The maze, I think, is a symbol of power in the House of Assembly. And anybody who it should be with the person in power, in charge of the house. So if you disagree with that person and you want the power to come to you, then, and you know you are a troublesome person, you can find a way to grab a hold of that mace. And once the mace is in your hands, then you are the one in power and everybody should listen to you. Obviously, that is inappropriate. You should not do that, but people do that from time to time. And look at this man using it to hit people. Oh my god.
This is the River State House of Assembly turned into a battleground. We understand that some armed men attacked the assembly.
Is that a soldier kicking somebody?
Complex, attempting to snatch the symbol of authority, the mace, from the speaker after allegedly dealing him some slaps. Yes, we are officially directed.
So some people broke into the House of Assembly, attempted to collect the mace from the speaker after slapping him. So what was the uniformed officer doing? Like, were they called in afterwards to like break up the fight? Because it seemed like he was also fighting. Because at this point I don't understand. This is also Nigeria, another House of Assembly. Let's see what's going on here. Can you see that? Can you see that? Adults actually punching each other as if they are in the ring. You guys are in a parliament and you are punching each other as if you're in the ring. And look at, they're all dressed like honorable members, which they are. They're adults, they're elders. This man with his attire, his beads, actually seems like somebody who has a chieftaincy title, which means he's not only an honorable, but he also is a titled person in his village or his hometown. And this is what he does in public. This is what they do. This is what they do. Okay. Look at that. Look at the poor man who was punched. This man who was punched, this man in purple, also has beads that makes him as if he's also titled. although sometimes you might not be able to differentiate between the beads that are worn just for fashion and the ones, although elders like this don't actually wear beads like that for fashion, so scratch that. They're probably both titled, so they're honorable members, parliamentarians, lawmakers, mature adults who have been voted in to create change, and this is kind of change they create on themselves. This kind of change they create in front of the entire world. All right, and these are men. This is also Nigerian. So it seems like the House of Assembly has been, okay, some of the reps have been barred from entering. And this is what they do. They climb over the fence. An adult, an adult, an adult, an honorable. An honorable, look at them. Honorable members. Look at them. Adults, grown people. Adults, grown men. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. You are barred from entering, and what you resort to is to jump over the gate. It's wonderful. It's truly wonderful. And these are all men. Now, one of the things that drives me crazy is when people look at women doing certain things and then they say, oh, if women behave this way, it demeans women all over the world. No, it does not demean women all over the world. Because when men do this thing, you will never, ever open your mouth to say that this act demeans men all over the world. No, we still see the men as majestic, wonderful creatures that they are. So the actions of a few does not reflect poorly on the entire community when it comes to men. But when it comes to women, all of a sudden it's as if women have to play by a different rule. You all should stop it. Okay, just stop it. Stop it. Because while you are trying to be awakened, while you are trying to be woke, whatever, you're literally playing into the hands of those people who would create a different set of rules for women to play by. The patriarchy that all of you are afraid of, you're playing right into their hands, because they are the same ones who will create a different set of rules for women to play by. So while you are saying, oh, women should be you take every single thing to mean that, to be a reflection of the way a woman is and the value of a woman and the value of the women in general, of the female race, and so everything has to be read into in some way. No. They are not there representing women, just like these men are not there representing men. They are representing their communities who voted them. They were not voted because of their chromosomes, and women were not voted because of their chromosomes. So if these ones are jumping over the fence like common criminals, then the women who are going back and forth between themselves in a way that is definitely 1,000 times more dignified than any of the stuff we've seen in all of the clips I've been seeing you here, they were conducting themselves in a more dignified manner than any of those clips. Now, any of the people in those clips, then they are not doing, they are not demeaning women all over the world, okay? They are not, and they are definitely not being petty. So, yeah. Y'all should stop it. Just stop it. So that was what I wanted to achieve in this video. I just wanted to show you guys different parliaments and how they conduct themselves in different ways from different countries all over the world. And these are some of the ones that I was able to get. Like, I did not even do a deep search or anything, because stuff be happening. Okay, stuff be happening. So yeah, it's just crazy. Like, look at this. This is quite embarrassing. Like, when somebody does something and you're the one feeling embarrassed for them, it's kind of like that here. Like, why would you do something like that? And your children would be watching you at home on TV, because this is channels. So your children will be watching you at home on TV, and they'll see daddy jumping over the, like, and your nieces and nephews, your cousins, your those younger cousins that you've been shaming in the village for not being able to complete school because they've dropped out of school because they impregnated their girlfriend or whatever, and they decided to become whatever they became, and you've been making fun of them because you're an honorable and you're in an elevated position in the country, and they will see you on TV doing this. Alright, okay, I won't say anything. I will not say anything. But they'll say, Zena has come with her abusive mouth. I won't say anything. Thank you guys so much for watching this video with me till the very end. If nothing, at least I hope you're able to laugh at some of the foolishness we saw displayed in one of these clips. If you have not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe right now. Give this video a big thumbs up, and shout out to every single one of you who have subscribed to my channel and who have been watching and liking and commenting on my videos. Thank you guys so much. You all are the best. Thank you once again, and I will see you next time.